Hi friends, welcome back to Homeschool-ology. My name's Nikki. I'm a homeschooling mom of 4. I've got a 7th grader down to a preschooler, and then on this channel I talk about secular homeschooling, motherhood, having a big family, family travel, and everything in between. And today's video is actually going to be about motherhood. I always say that in my intro, and to date I have yet to have like a fully dedicated to motherhood post or a video. And so today's video I'm just going to be talking to you guys about motherhood, although spoiler alert, homeschool does come into it a little bit. Today's video I'm going to be sharing with you 5 things I never thought I would do as a mother, and so yeah, let's dive in. Like I said, this video is 5 things I never thought I would do as a mother. And some of these are going to be like with newborns, and some of these are going to be with older kids and kind of everything in between. Okay, so number 1 is natural labor. I am a high-risk person. I have high blood pressure when I'm pregnant, and so I couldn't ever deliver at home, but you know what? I would have been one of those ladies who was having her babies at home if I was allowed to. But I got as close as I could. I had midwives, and I tried to go as drug-free as possible in my labors, and so one labor I had no IV at all. One labor I had like fluids and blood pressure medicine every time I was induced because of my blood pressure. So I didn't have like full-on natural like labors, but I had no drug labors except for my first one, which was a horrific story. I was in labor for 63 hours. It was terrible, awful. I did have an epidural with that one at 48 hours in because I was just exhausted. Bad experience all around. Left that practice that I was going to and had 3 deliveries with the same midwife, which I'm so fortunate to have had, and am so pro. You can do it. Like, just have the natural labor. I promise it's not as bad as it seems like it's going to be, and being able to move and be up and walk around and bounce on a ball and rock in a chair and just change things up not only helps speed up your labor, but also makes labor more enjoyable, you know? So I never in a million years thought I would have been the pro natural birth mom, but here I am. And I actually trained to be a doula even. You know, it's something that you don't ever really think about when you're growing up. You just think about, oh, well, my mom had me via epidural, so that is what I'm gonna do. And so I really wish that people would have talked more about it as I was, you know, of birthing age years. And so I hope to help that in the future. But yes, so natural birth mom, not what I expected I was gonna be. Number 2, I never in a million years thought I was gonna breastfeed, and I breastfed all of my babies, extended breastfed my babies. One of them I breastfed her for a very long time, and so that was something that I didn't think was going to happen. When you grow up, everybody, you know, the age that I am, everybody was bottle fed. All the babies I was ever around bottle fed. So that just was what I thought I was going to do until I was pregnant with my first and found out about breastfeeding and went to breastfeeding like class and all of those things. And then I became a very big proponent of breastfeeding and was a breastfeeding mom. Never thought in a million years that's something I would do, but I'm really, really glad I found that because I just love it so much and it's so much easier. Obviously, there are many people who are bottle feeders and that's what works for them, and that's great. As long as the baby is fed and healthy and happy, go by you. But me, I was surprised that I turned into a breastfeeding mom. So number 3 is a co-sleeper. So with my oldest, we, you know, set up the nursery, had the crib, did the whole 9 yards, and she slept in that crib all of like 5 times ever. I don't like being woken up from sleep. My husband doesn't like being woken up from sleep. I like my sleep. I want to sleep, and since I was breastfeeding, it was just easier to have her in the bed with us, and so that's what it became. And by kid number 2, we didn't have a crib at all, and 3 and 4, no crib at all. They have co-slept with us for many years, until they're ready to move on. You know, it's getting less. My oldest slept with us the longest, but it's getting less because they have siblings now to sleep with, so they're not like alone when they're sleeping, so they kind of leave a little bit earlier. yeah, so co-sleeping, never something that I thought I would do. And number 4 is actually homeschooling. Never in a million years did I think I was ever going to homeschool my daughter, or any of my children for that matter. I have a video talking about this. If I can find it, it's really old, but if I can find it, I'll link it down below or up here. And yeah, never thought that that's what we were going to be doing. And it came about because my daughter was having a really hard time with like public shyness. I can't think of the word right now. Like, she just would shut down in public settings, and so we wanted to get her some more time to get used to being around, you know, groups of people. And so we were just gonna homeschool for 1 year, and here we are in our 8th year of homeschooling, which is mind-boggling. And yeah, so like, homeschool, never thought I was going to do it, and here we are doing it. And it's because I've had such great people who came before me to show me what homeschooling can be like, how homeschooling can be a positive thing, and work so well for so many people. And I understand that that's a privilege for some people. If you can, that's great, and if you can't, public school is still great. Most of you know I was a public school, high school chemistry and biology teacher, and so I still support our public schools 100%, but I never in a million years growing up thought, hey, I'm gonna homeschool my kids. And finally, number 5, I never thought I would be the relaxed mom. I kind of am that mom that's like, oh, my kid's climbing a tree, okay, like, they'll be fine, you know. Like, I didn't anticipate myself being the mom that kind of is okay with my kiddos exploring the world around them, you know, safely. Obviously, I'm like watching them and keeping an eye on them and making sure they're not doing super dangerous things, but I'm pretty chill. Like, I let my kids kind of do what they want to do. I let them dress the way they want to dress, which was a really big one for me. When my youngest was born, of course my oldest was born, of course I had all the beautiful little outfits, and I actually even learned to sew, and she was dressed to the nines. All the time. She was always super cute and super done up, and then about the time she hit like 3 or 4 and started having opinions, and my littlest one came along and she had a lot of opinions, or not my littlest, but my second came along and she had a lot of opinions about what she wanted to wear, and I just kind of became the chill, relaxed mom. Like, yeah, where would you want to wear? So what? You look like a crazy person. Like, it's you do you, boo. Like, so bless you. So I never pictured myself as that kind of mom. I pictured myself more of the kind of mom my mom was. And of course, she was not a strict mom by any means, but, you know, she definitely, you know, helped us pick what we were going to wear for a long time. And we always, you know, we were always very well dressed and very well put together. And not that my kids look like ragamuffins all the time, and there are some instances where I make them wear something nice, but just that mom that's just like, they'll survive, they'll be okay, no big deal. Like, I just never pictured myself as that mom, but I'm really happy I am that mom, because I really do see my kids gaining a lot of independence through me allowing them to make choices and make mistakes now while they're young in an environment that's not going to, you know, it's not going to be major consequences if they make a mistake, or, you know, something doesn't go as planned as they hoped. You know, it's not as devastating now when they're little as opposed to when they get older. So those are 5 things I never thought I would be as a mom, and 5 things that I'm actually really grateful that I am and that I was, and 5 things that I'm just happy to be that kind of mom. I am that mom. So I would love for you guys to head on down to the comments and share, you know, 1 or 2 things that you never thought you would do as a mom or be as a mom. I always find this topic really interesting and really fun to hear what people's, you know, expectations were growing up and how they are now, and if they are the same, and if they are different and how they're different. So I hope you will head down and comment. I hope while you're down there you will subscribe to this channel and ring that notification bell so you see when more videos are coming up. I'd love for you to give this video a thumbs up to let me know that you guys want to see more of this kind of content. Sorry, video cut out on me again. Of course, right at the end here, but What I was saying was, don't forget you can head on over to Instagram and check me out at Homeschool-ology over there. I try to share kind of our day-to-day homeschool life in general over there as much as I can. So I'd love for you to come over there and hang out with me over there. And that is all I have for you guys today. So I hope you'll come back and chat with me again real soon, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.